Alright, so I'm a little nervous. This is my first time doing a mail compatibility check. Doing a mailbox commentator competition video? Nah, I'm just kidding, guys. What's up, lovers and trolls? It's Opposite Synonyms here, and I'm bringing you guys this awesome gameplay. In fact, this is a game where our team in Domination wins 200 to nothing. It's a really impressive gameplay. Hopefully you guys do find it a little bit entertaining, as well as I do get a decent score. So you guys should enjoy that, but in this video I'm not going to be talking about the gameplay. In fact, I'll be talking about a topic for the Lonely Mailbox competition. I'm really glad that he's doing this competition. Thank you, Lonely Mailbox. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about maturity, so let's go off with a bang. Now, I'm sure most of you imagine a younger version of myself being one of the most immature kids who ran around with their underwear on their head, but in fact, it was almost quite the contrary. I was possibly one of the most mature kids from my age group. I always said thank you for anything I received through the help of another, and had very good manners. In fact, I remember one time I was over at my friend Willie's house, and his mom made us some lunch, and I kept saying thank you for everything, for having me over, and also for the lunch. And his mom sort of got angry at me because I kept saying thank you, and she ended up not allowing me to say thank you for anything else, which I still ended up saying thank you for everything because that's the type of person I was. I also never got in trouble in school. In fact, I was rarely ever in the principal's office, and I only remember one distinct time in my childhood I was in the principal's office, but it was because this bitchy teacher caught me and my friend, I guess, talking while she was giving us instructions on what to do, finishing off lunch, going outside for recess. I'd say this was first or second grade. So she thought we were talking, but in fact I was just showing him the time. He had asked me what time it was, and I was wearing a digital watch. So I showed him the time on my watch, and the teacher actually ended up coming over and taking us both to the principal's office. Now, I never actually went inside and talked to the principal, but I did sit outside the office, and I didn't understand why I was in trouble because my friend just asked me what time it was, and I got in trouble for that. So I thought that was a little ridiculous, and that's just an example of how I was mature enough and I never really got in trouble in school. So I think as I was younger, I was a more mature person than I am today, and this is what I'm leading up to. The fact that I think I had become even more immature than I was as a child. Now, as I said before, I was not exactly immature now. Of course, every child does have some immature qualities, I'd say, and, of course, I was no exception, but I think leading up to this point in life, I had become more immature than I was as a child. Like as I said before in my commentary, I absolutely feared going to the principal's office. I never really wanted to get in trouble. And that's still sort of true to this day, but I've become less, I guess, worried about getting in trouble nowadays. Now I can just mess around in class, and I don't get too worried about it. I'm just having fun, and I don't exactly care if I get in trouble, because worst case scenario, I get sent to the principal's office, and they say, hey, just stop messing around in class. And it's not like anything bad's going to happen, so for that point of view, I guess I have become less immature just for that reason alone, and I also have some other reasons that I'd like to share with you. Now, before I go any further, I don't want to mix up this story at all. To this day, I still say thank you for a lot of the things. I'd say most things, sometimes I do tend to forget because I am human, but I still think for everything, if I get a carpool ride to someplace, I'll always say thank you very much, man. It was really nice of you to do that. So I haven't exactly lost that sense of respect, and I'm still mature. I still think that I am a mature person, but just through the years, I've just become more immature since I've experienced more things in my life. Right now in my life, I haven't experienced anything painful or rigorous like the pain of losing someone I know and love, knock on wood, but I would be able to handle the situation better at my age than I would be able to at 10 years old, for example, because at that young of an age, you don't exactly comprehend the fact that you lost someone. It doesn't exactly impact you like it would to someone of my age. But before, as I was saying, how I think that I've become less mature as I've grown up, I think a good example is school. You look at me in school. Back then, I did homework all the time. I never skipped homework assignments. Those were the most important things to me. I think I maybe missed one or two because I didn't know about the homework. But nowadays, I just look at the piece of homework, and I'm like, man, I ain't doing that. What are you talking about? So I think I totally changed from then to now because I just don't care about anything in school, which is the opposite of how I should be looking at things, because college is coming up next year, and the grades that I made in high school really affect the college that I go to. So me not making good decisions in my life have sort of affected me because of my immaturity. But that's just one example of how I'm immature. I'm also immature when it comes to saying funny, stupid words like boobs. Ooh, that's funny. I also think there are two different types of maturity. One is being able to handle and react to situations in a thoughtful and serious manner, sort of like as an adult, While on the other hand, you begin to develop into an adult through your life, sort of through like adolescence, then through childhood, then through teenage years, and then to your adult years. So that's sort of the two ways I look at maturity. So I guess my point of this video is to explain why I'm more immature than I was in the past. But when I think about it, I think my parents sort of made my mind up back in the day, because they sort of made the decisions for me. They told me what to do this and that, and then over the past couple of years, I guess through teenage years, they sort of let you go off on your own and experience things in your own life, since you're going to be doing that as an adult. So I guess that's exactly why I become more immature. You know, if I was still getting guidance through them, I wouldn't be as immature as I was in the past. And hopefully that all makes sense to you guys. I know it might sound like a bunch of random crap I just said but together, but I think it makes sense in my mind. Hopefully it does in yours. So anyway, I will leave you at that. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll hopefully talk to you guys later. Peace out.